everybody, it's Kelly with kellyscards.ca, and this is the third card in the Everyday Card Kit, number 6. For this card, I've picked out some blue and some green papers, and I have colored in an image and then photoshopped it to help bring in these colors into this card. So to start out with, I have picked these papers, and I'm just going to add this one on top of this one for a little bit more layering. And I've got that on there. I'm going to use my bone folder just to make sure this is good and adhered. And I can already put this piece down onto my black card mat. So I'll just remove all of this other stuff and I will be able to add this now. And we will add this down like on the card. Keep in mind that your papers may not exactly look like this one because it is a 12 by 12 piece of paper. There may be decorations in different places, and that will give you an opportunity to move your papers around in the way that you want it to be. So now that I've added that, I really like this, how this extra green just brightens up this card. And I have also taken this and I've die cut this into this tag, and this will be on top. And then our girl will be on top of that. We will have our embroidery floss, and I didn't want a big ribbon because trying to mail something with a big ribbon, you're going to pay lots of postal fees just trying to send a card. So a way that you can access it is just to use these embroidery floss, and it does accent it nicely without the bulk. I'm going to take my tag and I'm going to take my embroidery floss and I'm going to just pull it through the back. I'm going to pull it through the back like this, and I'm going to take the hole, the loop, and I'm just going to string the two tails through. And once I've got that, I can pull, and then my top of my tag is complete. I'm going to take this now and add some adhesive to the back. I'm going to layer this down on this card flat, and I'm going to have it at an angle like this. I don't want it straight on, I want it on an angle. I'm just going to push this on here now. So now we bring our girl in, and I've mentioned in the past I'm kind of getting out of the pop dots because the problem with the pop dots is the image isn't flat. So if you try to mail it and you have a pop dot here, 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 and here, you could crease your image. So to get away from that, I bought some foam paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut everybody a piece of foam to go in behind their piece. So if you buy foam, what you can do is, this is the image that's on top. I'm going to be putting the foam in behind. Now this piece is a little bit bigger than this piece, but I'm going to use this as my guide. I really don't like using the circle dies and die cutting these foams for these backings because the die cutting machine basically crunches the foam and kind of really stretches it, and I really don't like that. So I'm just going to use this picture as my guide to cut the circles for this project. Now I'm going to layer this on top, and this piece of foam is going to go on the back, and it's going to be perfectly sized for this. So to start out, I am going to adhere the image right to this little scalloped mat. And she's adhered now. And now I will adhere this foam to the back. And this will fit perfectly because we know the girl image fit perfectly. And now this is going to be slightly raised up. So we have her ready to go now. But the other thing you're going to find in your kit is I have die cut a whole bunch of black letters. Now there's 2 alphabets in here, so you should be able to make whatever words you want. And I've chosen, I am going to do a pretty open-ended sentiment, and I would like to use the word hey. So we could always make this a card of any type with this sentiment. I'm going to put hey on here, and then you could open up it's your birthday, or hey, just thinking about you. I really like these sentiments that are open-ended. To adhere these letters down, I'm going to take my scrap paper, and if you have a Xyron sticker runner, you can use that. This is a fantastic idea for these little letters, or you can do something like this if you don't have the sticker runner. So I'm just going to tap a little bit of glue onto my page. I'm going to take my letter and I'm going to use my little set of tweezers, and I'm just going to dip the edges into this glue, and again I'm going to glob off the extra, and now I can add this to my card. I'm just going to use my fingers here to push this down, and the adhesive I'm using is this multi-matte medium. This is the best type of glue for this, because if we make a mess of it, it will not dry shiny, it will dry matte. So now my first letter is on there, and I'm going to kind of choose a smart place to put my tweezer so that I can still get the glue on the bottom and the top. And again, I'm just going to dip the edges, and then I'm going to knock off the extra. And I'm going to have to move this around. It's going to sit there. So I've done the E, and I'm just going to grab the Y to finish it up, and I'm going to get right in the middle of this Y so I can get all the areas into this adhesive. And again, knock off my extra so it's not globby. And I'm going to bring my little tool in just to help me put this down, because there's 3 different spots on this Y to press down, and I just want to make sure this is on here really nice. And there, now our letters are on, and again I've die cut 2 times the alphabet, so you should be able to use these for whatever word you want to put on the front. And then last thing is to attach our girl here, and I'm going to use some of this tape. I find the score tape or the Be Creative tape a little frustrating to remove from this foam, so I think this tape runner actually is a little bit easier. And I'm going to bring her in, making sure she is nice and straight. And I'm going to pop her on there. So lastly, I really wanted to add bling, because it seems to be something I need to add on every card. So I'm going to put it in this top corner. I always find that this top corner is almost the perfect place to put bling, but you could also put it under here. You could put it over here. You can basically put it wherever you want. Maybe you'll put your sentiment over here and you need the balance there. So be sure to just move it to where you need it. And lastly, what I'm going to do before this card is completely finished is I'm going to take my Wink of Stella pen, and I'm just going to add some shimmer to her hat. And adding this to her hat, I really like this little bit of sparkle. Again, it's not overly glimmery, but it just adds a little something. And you can kind of see it there in the light. So that will complete the outside of the card, and just to finish the inside, I will add the inside of the card quickly. And we will add this to the inside now. And that will complete the card. And again, you can always stamp whatever you want on the inside, just to add some creativeness, but that will finish up this card. Again, your card may say something different. I just like this simple sentiment. Again, I can use this card for so many reasons now, where if I put a specific like happy birthday, then that would have to be a birthday card. So love the open-endedness of this card, really like the colors, and love the black accents. It really helps everything pop off the card. Really like, again, the foam backing opposed to the pop dots. and I hope that gives you some ideas with your card making. So thank you for joining me for this third card in this card kit series. There are 2 cards left. If you've missed any of the cards, you can check out the playlist below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.